Okay. Well, now we're recording and we are in our Access system and we are in List Sync. So just to catch us up, since I started without it, we went into Access, which we got through our hub Access. We opened Access. And I can't get to it because it's the home button. Okay. And then we went into List Sync. List Sync is our window into everything we've been doing. We now can see all of these different sites by clicking on them to see our home in the James edition, to see our home in Country Life, to see the home in the Bloomberg. So we want to add Bloomberg to the Pulse report. So here we go. Let's get out of here for a second. I'm going to go over this one more time. We go under listing exposure, because we want to show them the exposure that we're receiving. And we hit new. And we put in exactly what we're doing. So Bloomberg, right? And now the greatest thing that I love about this is that it tells us the date. So on September 17th is when Bloomberg was pushed last. So we come in here and we write September 17th, right? And this category is digital advertising. We are going to now add a URL so that they can click on it to see it. And we have to assign the listing. Joan, what was the listing again?
7805 Palmilla.
Palmilla, here it is. Ooh, the two Palmillas? 7805. Tampa. That's interesting. Save and close. So now that has been added to her Pulse report. So let's go back over here into List Sync for a second and look at some fun ones. So again, there's 3 pages. There is a report. Don't print it from here. It is not a good report. Just do exactly what I'm telling you by adding it in. List globally is amazing. I love List globally. So we're going to click on this and see what it has here. I have not clicked on this particular thing. So I usually look, oh, it's denied. I wonder why. Access denied. Oof. But if you click here, it'll give you 89 additional networks. So there's like 95 networks here that are all global. If you say show more, look at all these sites. Willhaben, that's German, right? We've got over here Thailand. We've got over here, this is where the Nikkei is. This is Imobiliar. This is Brazil. So we've got tons and tons of different areas. Let's see if it's syndicated right now. Is this where you got Nikkei from, Joan? Or did you actually just search that?
No, it was connected in a triangle.
So, oh, I didn't notice when
But
this.
now I know where my latest lead came from in Brazil.
Ah, there you have it. Okay, so it didn't populate here yet, so it may not be syndicated at the moment. Remember, that's the one thing we have to see. I didn't notice. Let's look back at that date. Let's go back to list. Oh, listing channel. Does it give us the date that it's syndicated? Yes, it's today. So you see this, guys, it's listing today. So it's going to be rotating through today. So we might click on some that may not have gone in yet. Let's see if Thailand has showed up yet. It is so cool, though. When I was doing this for someone the other day, and the property was already showing, and it was very cool to see it translated into some languages. I didn't even know what they were. So again, because this is the first, I probably should open a different property. If we click on it, most of these probably are not going to show us. Let's see what we have here. I don't even know what this is. Encuentra, obviously this is Spanish. There's tons of them. Again, it's not going to show us right now because, as we can see, it's important when they say the data is syndicated. Since today is the first, that means it's going through the rotation today. So I would check this, Joan, tomorrow, and you could come in here and you can go ahead and start getting some really cool stuff to add. So it'll be new stuff that they haven't seen before.
Carrie, can I ask you a question? It's Carolyn.
Sure, Miss Carolyn, go ahead.
So if we backed up just a little bit, when you added the URL for Bloomberg, or actually, let me even back up further. So when you did the listing tab and then you enabled this stuff to push through, do we have to initially do that soon as we get the listing, or does marketing initiate some of that and then we just go in and copy the link?
Great question. Marketing creates the report, but marketing does not enable it. And there's two reasons. The two reasons are, one, we want to make sure there's stuff on there first before we send it to them, right? There's nothing worse than sending it to them and having nothing to show. The second thing is because you may not have the email in your contacts, right? So you have to assign the contact with the email on there. So we're going to walk through that real quick. Who else can I log in? Who maybe has not done this? Oh, let me go in as, oh, but she's done it, I know. Let me see. Fran, are you on the call? Can I do you, Fran? Say Fran. She might not be on the call. Don't tell her we did Fran. Let's see. Okay. She may be on the call. I don't know. Wait. Okay. She's got some properties. Let's take a look. So here's Moberly Circle, right? Let's see if this has been syndicated. So if we go to answer your question, and if it's not, oh, she's in trouble. No. See, she has some properties that are, yes, these haven't been enabled, and some properties that are not enabled.
Okay.
In her case, just to save her a little bit, the reality is she may not have enabled it, but Alex may have if they're both on it. So that's the one thing, guys. If you have a team and you're both in there or you're in the team site, we want to make sure only one person is enabling it, right? We don't want them getting double reports. Now, it'll be the same report, but like we don't want to double it up. Does that make sense? I'm going to say that it does, but I didn't hear from anybody. Okay, so Moberly Circle. Let's look at this one. Okay, so here is her report. Oh, isn't she cute? There's Fran. All right. So she has added the July. I'm proud of her, but this was back in August. So truly, this property may have sold already. That might be part of it. But maybe we can have some fun with this. She's added Bloomberg, James Edition, Mansion Global, Country Life, Robb Report, New York Times, and July. Sotheby's, and the Sotheby's webpage. Okay, good for her. So if we wanted to add more to this, right? First things first, I'm going to copy. Well, just remember, does somebody remember 10859 Moberly? 10859 Moberly, 10859. So we're going to go into List Sync. Do this over, and we're going to search for this listing. So we click on, when you get into List Sync, you click on View Listing.
You're in as her, as you.
I am, because I'm a manager, I can see everybody. I actually have higher access and access. Woo, here we go. Mm-hmm. But I'm in here, and her hub as her. 108, was it 59? Yep, Moberly. Sweet. Okay, go to listing. Got some fun music, guys. You guys didn't join me in the office, but we're rocking it out here with some oldies but goodies. Okay, so let us go to the next page. Let's see when her global syndicated. Ooh, the 28th. We might be able to get in here. Sweet. Let's look at one of these. What is a nuke? Anybody? Anybody? I don't know. Look. And juke? A nuke? I don't know. I don't speak. Oh, look at that.
Is it Dutch?
It's some, no, it looks like Japanese or Korean maybe. Anybody on that speaks Korean or Japanese or Mandarin or Cantonese? It looks something like that. See the little title populating? This is a slow one. Holy cow. Kind of anticlimactic, right? We're all talking about where's it from, and then we're like, please hold. It's terrible. You guys see up here the tab? I don't know why it's taking so long. Let's
Probably because it is Korean.
That's right.
Gotta connect with it.
That's right. It's really, really, really far. Let's see what this one is. Acadia.
Carrie, while we are waiting, I have a quick question.
Sure.
Should we delete the listings that are no longer active from posts?
Delete them from what post?
The listings that are no longer active.
Right.
Should we delete them? Because at some point the list becomes too big, you know?
Oh, yeah. You definitely could. Unless you plan to use like the report because it's a really good one for some kind of a presentation thing. Yeah, delete them. Yeah, you don't need them. Good question. Let's see if we can see this because that is still going slow. So let's turn that off because that was killing me. Thailand. Oh, I didn't see it here. Darn it. This was on the 28th. The chances are pretty. Let's see, Willhaben. I want to see it in German. Okay. Marketplatz, Immobilien. Okay, no, not showing it there. All right, so of course I would pick one that is still not syndicating here, or they're not opening. This is the Acadia thing. But this is something you want to play with. Again, it's about a timing as to when you do it, when you click on these things, and where is it going to go to. The other thing you can do, which let's see where we're going to be in now. I don't even know. Find the best, that looks like, what do you guys think, Norway or something?
Danish.
No. Moberly. Does anyone remember how to spell Moberly? Was it two?
One.
Two B's? Look at this. Yeah, I don't speak this language, so it's not German. But it looks like German, so I would say it's probably Norwegian. That's my guess. Could be Swedish.
I was gonna say that maybe Swedish.
I
Yeah.
think it might be Danish. The top right says Dansk.
Oh, yeah. So is that Danish? Yeah.
Denmark. Yep.
Denmark. Yeah, sehr gut. So this is interesting. Look at this. I don't even know how to say that, but this is a pretty cool one. Now, unfortunately, it didn't actually pull up the exact home. There's 150 results. Belfry Circle. Oh, but this is really cool. So if you had to, you could always find your house on here, but I really wouldn't want to do that. I mean, I don't really know where her Moberly Circle is even located. Does anybody know where Moberly Circle is? Is it Eagle Creek? I don't know. Anyway.
Lake Hart, maybe. I don't know.
Is it Lake Hart? I don't even know. I should know, but I have a lot of listings. But you guys get the point. But let's just pick one that we have an actual, it goes right to the page. I was on the global one, 2 days ago for Julie Christensen, and I pulled up a ton in all different languages from there, but I guess I caught it at the right time when it was being syndicated. So that is the key. I don't think she had Mansion Global, did she? Or maybe she didn't have the Wall Street Journal. Let's pick one of these. So here we go. We're going to go to the Wall Street Journal, which I think is definitely one you guys should always include. So here's the Wall Street Journal, and I think it's really impressive to see that your home is in the Wall Street Journal. So we're going to copy the URL. We're going to go back into her Pulse, and we're going to say listing exposure, not the Pulse. We're going to because we want to add listing exposure to the report. Everybody with me? So we go in here slowly, and we say new. And we say the Wall Street Journal. Oh, you know what? This one might have sold already. This was September 28th. It is digital. I'm going to put the URL. And 10859 Moberly. There it is. Save and close. So now, I encountered an error. What the error is. That's weird. Maybe it's because this is a, oh gosh, how annoying.
You go faster than the computer, Carrie.
Well, you may have a point there. All right, who wants me to do one of these for your listing? I'll log out. Anybody? Anybody have a listing they haven't done this for? You want me to do one for you? Nobody? Nobody has a listing you want me to do one for? Jackie Montana, do you have a listing you want me to do one for?
I have one.
Okay, good. Who is it? Who said that?
Luz.
Luz Colina. All right. I'm going in as you, my friend. Here we go.
Oh, dang.
Okay, so we're going to do it from the beginning, from scratch. So if this was my new listing, I would come in here first and go to Ready Promo Dashboard. We're going to take it step by step. And as soon as I get to Ready Promo Dashboard, are we doing it for this top one?
No, the second one.
Not-
No, Jeff.
Okay, so we would email the listing out, order, well, I wouldn't really order the postcards because I like just sold personally, but I would get the brochures. I would do my post. I would maybe create a flyer, embed it, you know, maybe I want to do broker open or whatever, maybe set up a neighborhood trend report for my seller, and I would enable seller report, right? Just get to that point. Now we want to see what's happening in the pulse report. So I come over here. Now the pulse report, if anybody correct me if I'm wrong, I think it goes out Thursdays. Is that right?
That is correct.
And list track, is it Tuesday? Do we know?
I think it comes out on Monday.
Is it Monday? I knew there were different days, but I didn't remember if it was. Okay, so here we go. Please hold. It's very exciting. Drum roll. It's really sad. Okay, here it is. So here's Luz's beautiful picture, all of the details on who's clicking, and then the listing exposure is only what you can see. These are things. Now you put the appraisal in, you put the home inspection in, marketing reports. Did you do that one, Luz? Let's see what you.
Yes.
Oh, she did a marketing report. Check you out. Okay. And her just listed postcards. Let's see what those look like. Oh, so pretty. Did you send these already? Because where's a call to action?
Yes.
Okay, next time talk to me first. Okay, so, and then she has her showing request. So we want to build up this listing exposure, right? So what do? Now we see it's already enabled. We know that the people are getting it. So we go back over to, let's close this out, list sync. Okay, so I'm gonna stay connected. I'm gonna hit list sync. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm just gonna look at it, right? All right, so then we go in here and we're gonna hit view listings in a second. There it is. See, this is the computer. It tries to slow me down. You guys see that? It's like if we can't slow down how fast Carrie talks, we're gonna slow the computer down. I think that's what's happening. Okay, Luz, what's the address?
7036 Charunt.
Am I spelling? What?
T is St. Thomas, UM, Light.
Will you be able to let Ron know?
This is 7036.
Yeah, 7036.
Actually, we told him that, you know, we would let him know. It'll be next year.
Okay, let's see what we got here.
I find
Traffic
that
is
does happen on-
pending.
Oh, is it pending?
Yeah,
Oh, that might be wrong.
but the other
It
one,
has to be an active.
719 North Jefferson is active.
Se-
719. 719 North Jefferson. That one.
Okay. That's still active?
Yeah, that one is active.
Is it new?
Yeah.
Oh, look at you. I love it. Okay, so here we go. Let's take a look at this one in Bloomberg. Oh, isn't that lovely? There we go. So we want to add this to her pulse report. So we copy the URL. We notice the date that this syndicated was October 1st. Wow, I'm surprised it's out there. So I hit listing exposure, right? We want to add exposure. And I hit new. And I'm going to say Bloomberg. And we know it was from, that's really weird, today. Right? And the category, what? Did I do something crazy? The category is digital advertising. We're going to use a URL. We paste it. And what's the listing? 719?
North Jefferson.
North
Jefferson.
You write out? Here it is.
Yeah.
Okay, save and close. So let's do, what is, please enter all required fields. Does anybody see something? Oh, it's in 719.
That one. You have that? No.
North Jefferson.
Jeff.
Okay, click it. So That's really interesting. It has to pop up there. You see that? If you're really, really impatient, like, I don't know, me, and we don't wait for that to pop up, it won't work. I think we all saw that. I did that on purpose, guys, because I wanted you to see what would happen in case you were like me and totally impatient. So we have got the Bloomberg one. And then let's go to GUI because I love that. That one's super cool. It's on the 28th. Did you guys see that? So here it comes in the GUI. Pretty cool. We're going to copy that. We're going to again say we're in listing exposure already. See, it's up here. So I'm just going to say new. And I'm going to write GUI. Now, some people might want to say in China or something. You're welcome to do that if you want to. You can use any descriptive you want to there. Because I talk about it, I would just say the GUI. And also when they see it, obviously they get an idea that it was from something not that they're normally used to because they don't speak that language. There we go. And let's see if we can get anything else fun from that. So we go back in here and let's go to the next one. Let's see. Oh, Mansion Global. Okay, this is a great one, and I'll tell you why. This is a listing of like 158,000, I think, right?
Yeah.
We have a $158,000 property in Mansion Global. Do I need to say that again? If people say, Carrie, what is the price limit? I think that we can safely say there is no price limit for any of these, including, oh, that was weird, Mansion Global. Gotta love that, right? Because the reason is somebody who looks at Mansion Global could probably buy this cash, no problem, as a little beach house, right?
Correct.
So you never know. And can I share a story while I'm doing, well, first let me put this up here. Mansion Global. This was on the 28th. It is digital advertising. I have a URL and I'm going to paste it. And let's put 719 North Jefferson. Save and close. So now if we look at Luce's list pulse report, seller's pulse report, and we look at 719 North Jefferson, we will now see digital advertising. So if she wants to click on any of these, her seller can do so. And you know what, guys, it may be a good idea to tell your seller, go ahead and click on them, and then you can see your home showcased and all of these different advertising websites and publications all over the world. I mean, that's pretty cool. What do you guys think? Does anybody have a question about that so far? No? I want to share another thing to explain more about the value of this. So Tasha has a listing in Ocala. The listing is the 790, I think. And she got a lead from Sotheby's website from Chicago who was looking at one of those, I think the Wall Street Journal. They came to the Sotheby's website. They contacted her direct. They looked at the home virtually through FaceTime and they put in an offer in one day. That is the power of our brand. That is the reason of being in these locations where people, he's doing cash. $790 for him is nothing. How great is that, right? Don't we all want that customer? Anybody? Anybody want to share a story similar to that or anything? Feel like I lost everybody. Anybody there? Is anybody still there with me?
Yay.
Yes.
So when you're sharing and showing them things like this and they say, well, why do we want to be a Mansion Global? That seems kind of ridiculous. Share a story like that because you don't know where the customer is going to come, but who would you rather buy your home? Someone local who knows the market, who has time, who's probably going to lowball you, probably more than likely is financing, or somebody who's from out of the area, out of the state, maybe out of the country, who has the money, who sees your home and has the wherewithal to buy it, maybe even virtually. That's pretty awesome, right? Okay, so just for fun, let's see if any of these things are showing for you. Let's see what Anuke is. I really want to see this one. I'm excited about Anuke here. Maybe it's going to open. If it does, we're going to have to add it, Luce, because this is pretty cool, whatever this is.
Okay.
language.
Let us pray.
I think it's Japanese. I'm going to guess Japanese. Anybody else want to guess? Don't have any betting going on here? If it opened.
Oh.
No, come on. Okay, it's not going to play with us. All right. So I want to show you another way to also build your pulse report. So we're going to go back into Access, and we're going to go into List Track. Now you're going to say, Carrie, why would I use List Track to build my pulse report when they're already getting List Track, right? Sounds like something that would make sense. Well, let's look at, did anybody do an open house recently? Anybody? Anybody do a virtual open house recently? I don't know. No one's answering me. Hello?
Yeah, I did one at Palmilla.
You did? Okay. So let's pull you up. Narcoossi. My listings. Thank you for playing, Joan. I don't know why everybody's being all shy on me here today. I mean, we have a lot of people on the call and they're just being quiet. Okay. So what's the address? Palmilla, what's the number again?
7805 Palmilla.
Oh. All right, so let's look at this, listing stats. Again, you'd say, why would I add that, Carrie? They're getting this. Because what day did you do the open house? Did you happen to do it on Thursday the 17th?
Yep, that sounds right.
Okay, so here, I would then either go to a week, because you could put a custom date in, and I could say, let's see, Thursday the 17th was, am I in October here? I can't even tell. Okay. The 17th was here. So maybe I'll do Sunday to Sunday. Okay, this to this. Gotta go back. Ah, so annoying. Custom date. Did anybody get that problem where it just wants to populate? Okay, say to the 20th. Apply, please. There we go. So you can now pull this up and you could say, you could take a screenshot of just here, or if you like the month better, maybe the month looks even better because it really pops up so much more. You could take a screenshot, right? And you might even want to do it with that on there. So you take a screenshot here. And now I would go into your list track report, which I can't do this here, but let's do it. Got to go back in as Joan. See you, Luz. Going in as Joan. Okay. I really need faster internet. Okay. Has anybody done this before? Added something from list track?
I'll say no.
No.
Well, I want to show you how this can look really, really good. So we're just going to go into listing exposure when it opens. Okay. And we're going to say new. And we're going to say here, open house traffic increase. Right? That was the 17th we said?
That was correct.
And we're going to do, this is actually an open house. We're going to do a file. We're going to attach the file. And it's a desktop screenshot. Yeah, there we go. And then we're gonna put it to, of course, I don't.
805.
Thank you, Palma. Millicorp. All right, so now let's take a look and see what that looks like on our report. Listing Pulse Seller Reports. Because you've already done a great job here, but let's take it to the next level. Let's show them not that just that we did an open house, but what that open house did for their traffic. So normally you'd put in that you did the open house, which I think you did in there. I think you even had some comments about the open house, if I'm not mistaken. I think you said it was bad weather or something. Let's see.
Oh, that was a previous one.
Okay. Let's see. So normally I would have done these right back to back. I might have put in open house and then your text about it and then put this in there to show what happened with the traffic. You know, if it ever decides to load. Goodness gracious, come on. Stay on page. Let's go. Is everybody else having internet problems? Oh, here we go. Thank the Lord. That was painful. So the other thing that you'll want to see is put it down here on the 17th. Oh, I don't see your open house here.
No, I haven't followed up on this in a couple of weeks.
But what I want you to see is that the 27th is the Orlando Sentinel put in by the marketing team. We just wrote that, but we wrote the 17th. So it puts it where it needs to be. So if you decide to go back and add that, you can. But now when they click on that, they can see the increase from that day alone of the traffic. You see? Now I might not have truly just have this alone. I'd want to have a little descriptor about it. So I would go in then and add, let's show how we do that. Listing exposure. We're going to say new. We're going to say open house. Was it virtual or just live?
Virtual.
Oh, even better. Virtual open house. This was on the 17th. Category, this is open house. And we're going to do text field. And share with us something about that open house. Good, hopefully.
I have nothing to share.
When did you do it?
Actually, I ran it for that whole week.
Oh, really? Virtual house. And boosted where? Did you boost through a boost or did you do Facebook or what'd you do?
MLS.
So you didn't put it in also the online? And boosted and advertised on the MLS. Okay, we'll say that. 7905, right?
7805.
These are so close.
That's probably a good place to include the statistics as well. I would probably do that.
Yeah, do we have no statistics about it? Like if you had so many people look at it, so many people, so we'd have to go to your Facebook page, take a picture of exactly that. You got it, Bruno. How many people looked at it? How many people opened it? And that way it builds the story. So that way when they look at that pulse report and they see on the 17th, they'll see the story of exactly how the open house went. You follow me? So right now on the 17th, we have the thing about the virtual open house and how it increased the traffic, but we didn't show the demographic page about how many people clicked on it, how many people shared it, how many people liked it, right from your Facebook. But if you didn't do it on Facebook, obviously we don't have that. But in the future, I would definitely say create also a Facebook event and post it that way too. And that way we can share that data.
Carrie, just have one comment. Under listing exposure, well, and that's first, that's a suggestion. In the future, if our tech department could put those active links in blue or maybe a different color, because it's not obvious to the customer that those are active links. I usually, once I send the first one, I usually call them and I let them know that this is an active link. Otherwise, they don't know.
Great point. I was thinking the same thing. Oh, look at you, Zabo in Chinese. See, that's really cool. They're right. How would they know to click on that unless they really caught that there was a line there? And some people don't catch that anyway, even if there is a line there. So that's a good point. I think that would be nice. You know, a lot of times you'll see it in a different blue or something like that. So I'll request to see if we can get, it wouldn't be our IT department. It'd actually be the builder of the website. If they could maybe do that. I'll put that in as a suggestion.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any suggestions or ways that they have boosted up their pulse report? But would you all not agree that by looking at this pulse report, there's no way the seller's going to say, Joan, why haven't you been selling my home? You're not doing anything. Right? Is anyone going to say that to Joan? that will open. I don't know. The internet's not playing. I mean, no way. She's got so much stuff that she's doing here. But keep in mind, you've got to be consistent, because from August to September it got a little thin, right? So we want to make sure, if you're doing such a great job, that we keep it going. So that's the beautiful thing on the list sync, because you have so much, so many different websites, but you can do a couple at a time, 3, 4. You don't have to do 20 all at once. I suggest you don't. It gives you the opportunity to spread them out. Does that make sense to everybody? Nobody?
Yes.
Okay, that's awesome. Let's see, stop share. So we're going to come back over here. Okay, so anybody have any questions? Anybody want me to explain anything else? Oh, I've got some stuff in the chat. Let's see. Carrie, are you sure we're recording? I am now. Should we delete the listings that are no longer active? Oh, we talked about that, Bruno. Great. So anybody else have any questions or anything they want to share, or any ideas about how you could be building your Pulse report? To me, if we're going to talk about all these places that we're going to put the home and we actually have access to show it, why wouldn't we add it to our Pulse report?
Why
Yeah.
some websites feed automatically and others don't?
That's a great question. Why is there hyperlinks to some and not others? I really don't know the answer to that. At one point, before I had found ListSync, I actually created a little folder on my bookmarks of the major places that we put our homes. And so that way it was right to where the real estate section would be, and I could search the property to make it easier. I don't know if maybe it's because some places are always in the same. Remember, some places, the categories change. Like the real estate section of the New York Times may change based upon the day that they're syndicating, based upon the way that they're doing it. I don't really know. You would think that they would have put that one on there. That's a great question. But I wish they all had the syndication, make it easier, right? Anybody else have any questions? Hey, Ms. Kim, has anybody else been doing some awesome seller reports like Joan out there? Anybody else want to share about a seller's report and that your seller was like impressed? I'm sure, Bruno, you have some stories about that.
Okay, I actually had a question. For when you're boosting Facebook ads for the property, how would you report that? Would you report that in terms of like how many leads came in from that ad, or?
I would take a screenshot, right, of the one that showed all the, you could either do it from the leads, you could do, now if you've done it through Boost on our page, let me show you something on that. Joan, have you boosted anything on our page?
Not recently.
Okay, let me go. I just saw Tasha. I'm going to go in as Tasha real quick. And this is a great thing you could show them too. Tasha. I was just on Tasha's site and I was just showing the boost. So now I know there's something there. So we'll get in there real quick. This thing's failed to open. All right. So in your hub under Boost, it opens it up to HomeSpotter. We can never get there.
Can you share your screen?
Oh, well, good. Nobody else was seeing what I was doing. All right. That was a good point. Okay. Here we are. We're in HomeSpotter. So does everybody know how to get to HomeSpotter? Just in case you don't, when you're in your hub, you hit Boost. It opens up HomeSpotter. You can do ads about yourself if you wanted to do something about that. You could do it about a listing. You could do about a community. It doesn't have to be a listing ad, but we can take a look at what they look like when you do them. Let's see. So here's, for example, Tasha had an open house. This open house that she populated, see, this is what the ad looked like, and we can view it. It had 5,217 views, 233 clicks, and 14 people engaged. So when we go into the ad, we can actually share this as a report with our sellers, or we can put it onto add it onto your Pulse report. So you could take a screenshot and show this information here with the ad, right? So I would take a picture of this whole thing. So they see the ad and they see how many people clicked, how many people engaged, this is great. And then she gets all these leads, which is awesome. That goes into her database, or she can export them. But this is a good place. Now also when you create this ad, let me see if I can go back. It had an AdWorks tab to it. Does everybody know what AdWorks is? So if you say new listing, and I don't want to create her ad, but part of this, oh, I'd have to go through the whole thing, is on the right-hand side, it'll say seller. Do you want to send it to the seller? You put the seller's details in there. They send them the ad. And when they click on the ad, they will download the cookies from that ad, and that ad will follow them. So if they're on Amazon later, the ad is following them. If they're on wherever they are, it's called retargeting. And that works also with anybody else who clicks on it. But what's great about that is right underneath that request to put that in, it says, do you want to send the seller a report of the stats when it's finished? So they have that there as well. So you could either do your own screenshot. You could even take a screenshot right from here if you wanted to. That would show that information. So that's your choice. But great question, Mitchell. Thank you. Anybody else have questions? Anything they want to share? Everybody's so quiet. Can't hear anybody. Ladies, anybody have a thought or something they want to share or wanting to know how to do? Everybody understand how easy it is to add that information from using List Sync to your Pulse report? Did anybody have any questions on that?
Terry, can you share the recording?
Yes. By the way, if I haven't sent all the links out to you guys, I keep adding them to my YouTube channel. There's just a delay because it has to process it. Then it has to upload to YouTube. So sometimes I forget because it's later in the day by the time all that's done. So if you ever want to see anything we've done, I'm posting it all on my YouTube channel, Carrie Prieto, under training videos. Good. All right, guys. Well, I'm so excited. I don't know if anyone will be joining us tomorrow. Well, we'll be in Claremont. We have video headshots. Christy Keem from Celebration Title and our team will be there. We have a photographer coming, so if you want regular headshots, you could do that too. It'll be free. Make sure you're dressed up in style so you look great. But the video headshots are great. They're really fun for your social media, for any kind of electronic. You can put it in your signature. People want to know you, and they get to know you better when they sort of see a little bit more about you versus a solid picture. So that's a thought. Anybody's welcome to come. It'll be from 2 to 5. So if you want to pop in anytime between 2 and 5, the photographer will be there to take those live videos or a headshot. So thank you all for coming. It's been a very quiet training today. I don't know why everyone's so quiet. Maybe it's the cold weather, but it's great seeing you all. Next Thursday at 10, I will do a sales meeting, and I'm going to see if I can invite some fun guests. So I'd love to see you all there. And if there's going to be Matthew Ferrara having his wonderful Wednesday meeting as well. So don't miss that. So have a great,
I do my own advertisement here.
What was that?
I said, if I can do my own advertisement here.
Please, go ahead. Anybody else to speak would be wonderful.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, well, I'm selling my own house, and this is in Bay Hill subdivision. It's a 4-bedroom, 3 bathrooms, and that's $665, and it's more than renovated. It's a beautiful home. So if you guys have a buyer or would like to stop by and preview it, I'll be honored to do that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anybody else want to share anything about a listing you have or anything? I mean, listings are going so fast. But anybody, Kim, you want to share anything? Do you want to share any of your listings or anything?
Well, our team's listings, a lot in Laureate Park, a big one. If you guys have any international buyers for the country club, we have a huge home out there, 4.5, but a beautiful, freshly redone home. As of 2017, it's pretty much brand new except for one little section at home. So, yeah.
And that would be Lou Holtz's home. So anybody who is a football fan knows who Lou Holtz is.
Go Irish. Go Irish.
Go Irish. And a fabulous speaker. If you've ever seen him, he's a really good motivational speaker. He does a lot of keynote speaking. So, yeah, and a really cool guy. So, well, thank you all for coming. It was great to see you guys. And if you have any questions or want to meet with me one-on-one or do any other training, let me know. Looking forward to seeing you again. Bye, guys.
Thanks, Carrie.